Hello, my tender-hearted gardener. Welcome back to Golden Garden Moments, where we find wisdom in the quietest spaces. I see you there, standing at your frost-rimmed window at dawn, coffee warming your hands while you watch the first snowflakes dance on your garden. I feel that ache, the one that tightens your throat when you remember last year's beautiful hydrangeas, their tender new growth shriveled after an unexpected late frost. That whisper of worry, will anything survive this winter? I've been there. Years ago, after a brutal March freeze destroyed my entire collection of tender perennials, I sat on my porch steps with empty pots, tears freezing before they could fall, until I placed my palm flat on the frozen earth and whispered, "Teach me to listen." Today, we're not just protecting plants, we're relearning nature's rhythm. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll share gentle, time-tested ways to shield your garden during frost and harsh weather, not with chemicals or expensive gadgets, but with wisdom from the earth itself. These aren't frantic fixes, they're sacred partnerships with the seasons. I've tested every method through polar vortexes, unseasonal frosts, and years when my own spirit felt as fragile as new growth. So unplug from the noise, pour yourself spiced cider, place your bare feet on the floor, and breathe. Let's tend to our gardens together. Before we begin, if this is your first time at Golden Garden Moments, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon. Why? Because every week I share seasonal wisdom that helps gardens and gardeners thrive through life's winters. Thank you for being here. Now, let's begin. The first wisdom, listening to the land. That voice whispering, "Cover everything now?" It's stealing your garden's wisdom. Winter isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. While summer demands constant doing, winter asks for sacred waiting. I learned this from Elder Mary of the Ojibwe Nation, who tends medicinal gardens on frozen Minnesota lakes. Every November she walks her fields at dawn, placing tobacco at the 4 directions while whispering, "Sleep deep, little ones, wake strong." Her secret? Vernalization, the biological process where cold triggers spring's explosive growth. My grandmother's peonies refused to bloom until they experienced -10°F winters. Your plants aren't dying, they're training. And today, we become their wise coaches. Why this matters beyond survival? Disease reset. Cold kills 95% of soil pathogens that plague summer gardens. Cornell University. Root development. Dormant season allows roots to establish without competing with top growth. Flavor depth. Winter-stressed plants develop complex sugars. Carrots taste sweeter, kale more tender. Emotional anchor. Preparing for winter is a covenant with spring, a tangible promise that darkness has an expiration date. During my burnout year, marking bulbs for storage gave me purpose when nothing else did. Golden Garden Moments truth. This isn't about perfection, it's about radical trust. A single mulch blanket over strawberry crowns, a burlap wrap around rose stems. I've watched Brooklyn fire escapes become winter sanctuaries with thrifted blankets and fallen leaves. Your patch, however small, is holy ground. Today, we reclaim it. But first, let's honor the Earth's rhythm. Critical Timing Protocol by USDA Zone. Zones 3 through 4, Minnesota, Canada, begin October 1st, after first frost but before ground freezes solid. Zones 5 through 6, Midwest, Northeast, November 1 through 15, when soil temps hit 40°F. Zones 7 and 8, Mid-Atlantic, Pacific Northwest, December 1 through 20, after first frost but before spring warmth. Zones 9 through 10, Deep South, California, January 1 through 15, after last frost but before summer heat. Containers, balconies, start 2 weeks earlier than ground soil. Pots freeze faster. Sacred story. During the 2021 Texas freeze, my community lost power for 11 days. While neighbors rationed canned goods, we harvested winter-killed kale through the ice. One elder said, "You didn't just save plants, you saved the memory of spring." For renters, use whiskey barrels sunk into the ground, mulch heavily. No yard? Wrap container pots in burlap stuffed with dry leaves. Warning: never mulch before soil freezes, traps heat that prevents dormancy. If soil squishes, wait 3 dry days. This season teaches what looks like death is often deep rest, a promise of return. The right plants for your place. Look at that pile of fallen leaves you are about to bag. Now imagine it cradling your peony roots like a mother's arms. The leaf blanket method, winter's original insulation. Its secret? Air pockets. Shredded leaves trap heat 3 times better than store-bought mulch while feeding soil microbes as they decompose. I scattered them on my grandmother's peony bush, the one she planted on her wedding day. Thermometers read -35 degrees F. In April, I uncovered it to find tight green buds pushing through the leaf armor. My hands shook as I touched them. For renters, use municipal leaf collection sites. Many offer free bags. No shredder? Stomp leaves in garbage bags with boots. For clay soils, add 30% sand to planting holes. Raised beds essential in wet zones. This blanket teaches true protection isn't about walls. It's about remembering how to hold warmth in broken places. Container plants on the cusp. Hear that howling wind stripping needles from your boxwood hedge? Now imagine it silenced by a woven wall of golden fibers. Burlap wrap, the breathable armor against desiccating gusts. Its secret? Selective permeability. Unlike plastic tarps that trap moisture and cause rot, burlap's open weave blocks wind while allowing air exchange. After a brutal 2018 winter that stripped needles from my spruce trees, I wrapped trunks in burlap stuffed with fallen leaves. By spring, they were the only green things on my block. That's not gardening. That's fiber-deep care. Frost versus freeze. Knowing the difference. Feel that stillness in the air before dawn. Frost, nature's delicate artist. Its secret? Perfect conditions. Frost only forms on cloudless, windless nights when temperatures start dropping toward freezing, 33 to 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and water vapor is present near the ground. I learned this from my Ukrainian grandmother, who'd stand on her porch at 4 a.m. watching for the first crystals to form on her prized roses. Frost is gentle, she'd say, but freeze is the thief that steals spring. That's the difference. Frost damages tender growth but rarely kills hardy plants. Freeze, 32 degrees or lower, destroys tissue and forces immediate dormancy. But both teach the same lesson. Timing is everything. Plants to move indoor. Breathe in that faint herbal scent cutting through winter's stillness. Rosemary, the memory keeper of kitchens. Its secret? Neurotransmitter revival. Carnosic acid in its leaves protects brain cells from free radicals while boosting acetylcholine, the chemical critical for focus and memory. I keep mine on my writing desk where weak winter light hits it. When words won't come, I brush my fingers through its needles and inhale, instantly transported to my grandmother's sun-drenched porch where she'd say, "Clarity lives in the green things." Mulch. Nature's blanket. Feel that frozen earth beneath your boots. Now imagine it warmed by nature's blanket. Mulch, the original insulator. Its secret? Air pockets. Shredded leaves trap heat 3 times better than store-bought mulch while feeding soil microbes as they decompose. I blanketed my grandmother's peony bush, the one she planted on her wedding day. Thermometers read -35 degrees Fahrenheit. In April, I uncovered it to find tight green buds pushing through the leaf armor. My hands shook as I touched them. For renters, use municipal leaf collection sites. Many offer free bags. No shredder? Stomp leaves in garbage bags with boots. Warning, never use walnut leaves. They contain juglone that poisons plants. Wet leaves lose insulating power. Pile only when dry. This blanket teaches true protection isn't about walls. It's about remembering how to hold warmth in broken places. Sheltered spots and frost blankets. Hear that whistle under your window frame? Now imagine it silenced while your fiddly fig sighs with relief. Frost blankets, the invisible armor against desiccating gusts. Its secret? Trapped air cells. Each bubble creates a miniature greenhouse effect, reducing heat loss by 50% while transmitting 90% of light. I learned this from my Amish friend Ruth, who grows winter greens in an unheated hoop house lined with bubble wrap from the feed store. "Air pockets are God's blanket," she'd say, pressing her palm against the plastic. Spring frost, the tender season. Watch that fragile new growth on your hydrangea. Spring frost, the silent thief of tender beginnings. Its secret? Vulnerability. Unlike winter-hardened plants, spring growth is soft and juicy, easily damaged by freezing temperatures. I learned this after losing my entire hydrangea collection to a late April freeze. My neighbor placed burlap wraps around hers. Hers bloomed, mine didn't. That's not luck, that's seasonal wisdom. Conclusion: your winter covenant. We've woven 10 protective spells today: leaf blankets, burlap barriers, bulb cellars, pot warmers, bubble wrap windows, snow fencing, water jug sinks, cold frames, dormancy triggers, and moon phase timing. But this isn't just a DIY list, it's a return to sacred reciprocity. I know the voice whispering, "But my hands are clumsy, my budget is tight, my heart is tired." I've been there. Years ago, after a late frost killed my garden, I sat on my kitchen floor surrounded by dollar store bins. I wrapped a broken pot in a thrifted sweater, placed it over my last surviving mint plant. That night, I whispered to the window, "Help us remember." By dawn, frost glittered on the wool like tiny promises. That's when I understood. Abundance isn't about what you have, it's about seeing potential in what others discard. Your sacred action plan starts tonight, not with perfection, but with radical smallness. Choose one vulnerable plant, that frost-bitten rose, that shivering fig tree. Wrap it in one technique this week. Gather your materials by candlelight: a burlap scrap, fallen leaves, a milk jug. Make a promise to the earth: I will not waste. I will create sanctuary from what's forgotten. I know the doubt hissing, what difference can a leaf blanket make? Let me answer with truth. Last winter, I gave burlap barriers to a single mother in my apartment complex. She protected her son's lemon seedling on their fire escape. That March, he ate his first homegrown fruit while snow fell. That's not crafting, that's community made visible. If this hour fed your spirit, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to Golden Garden Moments and tap the bell icon. But this isn't just about growing our channel, it's about growing a movement. Tap subscribe now. Let's grow this kindness together. Before you go, do this holy thing. Place your palm flat on bare soil. Feel its cold stillness. Breathe onto it until warmth fogs the earth. Whisper, "I am here with you." That thaw beneath your palm, that's the first root remembering how to sleep deeply. You are not alone. As I speak, elders in Detroit wrap terracotta pots in dollar store socks. Teens in Tokyo build bottle cloches on fire escapes. Single mothers in Oslo create water jug heat sinks for refugee garden plots. We are the quiet keepers of resilient love. Our tools are thrift store bins. Our battle cry is protect anyway. Thank you for your courage, your hands in the frozen soil, your refusal to let winter steal your joy. However small your space, however deep the snow, your golden moment of protection awaits. Until next time, keep creating, keep sharing, keep your garden wrapped in living light. This is not the end of gardening, it's the beginning of its deepest truth. I'm honored to grow alongside you. Good night and blessed be.